Hello everyone. Today we have Atur Kathar who have secured rank 35 and secured a position as an ACS in the APSC examination of 2024. And in this podcast, we shall be discussing regarding his journey in APSC and what were the struggles that he have been through in the entire journey, and which you can relate as an aspirant. So through this video, you can learn a lot of things. So once again, I welcome you to Qatar, and it's really a
Thank
great
you.
honor in this platform. And can you just give your a brief introduction?
First of all, thank you for inviting me to your podcast. Uh, as you know, my name is Atur Kathar. So I have secured ACS rank 35 in this year's APSC 2023. I was born and brought up here in Guwahati. Then I did my schooling from Don Bosco Panbazar, higher secondary from Cotton College. Then I did my BTech in mechanical engineering from Dr. K. Modi University. And this was my third attempt actually. I started my journey back in 2021. After I think almost three mains and two interviews, I finally was able to crack this exam.
Such an inspiration, right? Just from your brief introduction, we can see that the journey you have been through has been you have been through a lot. So yes, so moving ahead, let's start with the basics or basic in the sense since the very beginning of your preparation. That is
Yes,
probably your childhood, right? You did your schooling from Don Bosco High School in Panbajar, Guwahati. There on,
yes.
you did your what's higher secondary, right?
Higher
Higher
secondary,
secondary
11,
from
12. Yeah,
11, 12 from plus one, plus two from Cotton College. And since you're from Cotton College, so of course there is always a question that why is it
yes.
that most of the Cottonians they
Mhm.
often come to the civil services, most specifically APSC, and they are able to crack this examination probably in the very first attempt or somehow or the other in the next two, three attempts. Why is it so? Can you just give me a brief about it? Is there something magical inside Cotton College or something?
Uh, Cotton College is like a repeated college, right?
Mm.
And getting admission into Cotton College is itself is a big, it's a big, what you say, challenge
Achievement.
itself, right?
Yeah. Mm.
Achievement, yeah, a challenge, overcoming challenge like that.
Mm.
So when you get inside Cotton College, there you find this environment, competitive environment, where every student try to like better themselves and try to compete with each other, and strive for a better position in every field, I guess. So like, and
Okay,
the
okay,
environment, I
that's.
think
Mhm.
the environment also provides, the vibe of joy.
So since you have mentioned about the cotton that you get those kind of vibe, can I say that the vibe of being already a civil servant, or is there many frequent visits by the like the alumni who are a civil servant and give speeches? Are there many such kind of sessions which takes place in your college?
Back then, there were sessions, I guess, but I hardly attended those sessions because, like, I was young and naive back then. So I was not so much into civil services back then. Okay, to be honest. But later on, after like you know, getting to know my seniors or like friends and all, I have classmates who cracked the exam in first attempt when we were giving back in 2021. So that environment I witnessed there, basically in the later phase, not when I
Mm-hmm.
was studying there. But
Okay.
when we had the connections and all, no, so
Mm-hmm.
we were more
So
inclined
basis,
towards it.
uh, so basically, slowly but steadily, subconsciously in your mind, something was
Mhm.
building up, right? Something was frying up
Most probably, yes.
that
And
you went.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it budded out when like my classmates or seniors like they cracked this
Mm-hmm.
exam, budded
Mm-hmm.
more in. suddenly pushed me into that stage, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I get it. Then since you did your you have taken science, right? Then you have
Yes.
PCM, physics, chemistry, maths, most probably.
Mm.
Right. Then after that, you did your engineering from mechanical engineering, right?
Yes.
BTech.
Yes.
So, why sudden jump to civil services? Like, what was the instinct inside you that okay, मुझे civil service ही करना है? Why?
Basically, honestly speaking, engineering, I never was so inclined to engineering, but I was kind of forced into engineering, to be honest. Like
That
I was
is the
young and naive
basic.
back then also. So I was given this choice of like either doctor or engineering, medical or engineering. So I chose engineering, obviously.
Typical Indian
And
society
after,
mindset.
like
Mhm,
typical Indian parents, like.
mhm.
But anyways, I did my engineering, and after like I engineering, I decided that I have to like uh, revive myself or find redemption, right?
Yes, yes.
So I decided I'll join civil services, and I
Mhm.
dedicatedly pursued it.
Oh, that's great. That's great. If you don't mind me asking, like, how were your engineering days? Like, will were you like full masti party karo day and night, or like an obedient student with a very good grades, or somehow like average mark? Like, how was your engineering uh, during your engineering college?
Uh, Frankly speaking, like first half of my college life, I used to be like not attentive in class and all. Okay, I was about to like drop out from college. To be honestly speaking, I didn't had any interest in the subject. Like the environment didn't suit me. I was like a bit messed up kid back then. But after like third year, I decided like no, I have to like get the degree somehow, and I dedicatedly pursued and did all my studies. And whatever previous mess I had made, I tried to rectify it, and so somehow I cleared the degree. And right now, here I am.
That's how can I summarize that? I mean, that is really. I'm not getting that particular word because that is really inspiring again. Why I mean by that, because mm, since you have mentioned that you were a mess up student, like you were almost about to drop out,
Yes,
then
honestly speaking.
out of the blue, you are an ACS right now, which is a grade one post under the government of Assam, and it is the most glorified post in the entire probably probably even if you go to another states, right, if you are an ACS and if you introduce yourself as an ACS, you will be respected like anything, right? So yeah, you have come a long way, like it's really inspiring. uh, it will inspire others as well that you don't have to give up at any point of time and you can come back again when it is just a game of mindset, and you boom, you can do it, right?
Sure, sure.
So
It's perseverance.
that's great.
It's
So
perseverance. That's it.
perseverance. So my other question is that okay, you made a choice to come to civil service. You were about to almost drop out, but why only civil service? As like I have already asked this question, but also there were different kind of opportunities, right? Uh, you could have joined assistant, probably assistant engineer, mechanical engineer, because since under government of Assam there are many posts which they recruit under probably PWD or and APDCL, they keep on recruiting for mechanical engineers. Also, you could have opted for in the private companies. For example, there are many private companies which are booming right now. For example, Tata, Mahindras, they are riding the wave of the Indian economy, right? So again, I'm coming back to this question: why only civil? Why only this ACS to be specific?
First of all, having coming from engineering background, joining civil services. I think I can provide my technical special knowledge and specialities to the service and provide a better, problem solving or the issues that we are dealing currently with coming up of the fourth industrial revolution, rising up of technologies like AI and all. I think I can utilize my technical expertise into such fields and provide better, uh, service to the people, I guess. So instead of just joining, any mechanical engineer related field, I think here I'll have more discretionary power, more wider scope, and more chance to bring positive change in society.
Was just to summarize, may, going to the mechanical or specifically in the engineering background, that will be too niche, which won't suit your desire. That at least here you will have a flexibility to work in different department, right? So this is why
Sure.
you have eventually joined in the civil services, right? So yes, now going to another question, fine. Since it's a very common, again, related to the engineering question only, uh, since don't you think the UPSC or APSC, or rather the entire civil services, are being over glorified in the times when the advantage Assam happened, where we could witness that so many businesses are doing so great jobs, and the startups are booming like anything in even in Assam as well as in the entire India, right? Don't you think the civil services, to be specific, is over glorified? Oh, what is your take on this?
First of all, it is true, like after like internet, YouTube and all, civil servants, they are glorified like they are like celebrities, right? You know, influencers and all, they are like celebrating them like as celebrities only. But I think it's far beyond that, because as a civil servant, we have more responsibilities towards citizens, towards ourselves, towards the government. So I think we have to understand that we have to understand the fact that despite the glory and what you say, the fame and glory behind civil service, there are various responsibilities which one has to which one has to follow or take responsibility, means follow and lead it, right?
Yes, yes.
So one should be aware of that instead of just glowing for the glory, or the fame. One should be aware of the challenges one has to face, the adverse conditions and precise decision makings that are involved in this job. One should be aware of all those uh, conditions before joining this exam, because most around like more than 50% of them just join try to appear this exam for the fame and glory. But behind it, there are also like so many stuff going on that one should be prepared for it, to face
Mm-hmm.
all the challenges and all. So I think we have to look behind the screen and see the reality behind it compared to like other businesses. And as you mentioned, like in Advantage Assam, there are like we have many opportunities, for businesses and other jobs and all, high paying jobs. I think yes, they are also like uh, opportunity for the youth to you know uplift them and have a good lifestyle, right?
Yes,
But
yes.
civil services will provide a platform where one can bring a positive change along with themselves to the societies also, like in general. I mean, you can do a corporate job and earn like hell amount of money, but in civil services, you will get that satisfaction of bringing change to society also, along with your own like mental satisfaction. You might not be as rich as the corporate job worker, but you might be able to bring changes to the society which the corporate job worker might not be able to bring, despite his fortune and uh,
I get it.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
so I think it's about the discretionary power or the ability to bring change that allures youth to join civil services.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So basically, we can say that we don't have to be a red in the red race, rather to be
Yeah,
unique, to be unique in this
find your own
journey.
way.
Yeah, we have to
Find your own way. Yeah.
internalize, yes, find our own way, our interest, right? We have to go with interest.
Yes.
That's great. That's great. That's fantastic. So yes, now your college. We have talked about your school, your college, and eventually your journey to why is APSC, right? So, but since this was your third attempt, uh, what kept you going for like more than 3 years of probably 4 years of journey since 2021? What kept you going continuously? And did you ever have had a second thought? Okay, मुझसे ये नहीं हो रहा तो let's jump to another something else, right? Uh, can you please give highlight on this?
Like more than 3 years journey, right? This was
Mm-hmm.
a roller coaster rides of emotions. Like one, sometimes I'll be like high on confidence and like I'll crack it and all. Then some days I'll be so low, like, what am I doing with my life? I have tried and I failed. What if I fail again? Those things like come to my mind. But still, like, you have to build discipline, it's all
Mm-hmm.
based upon discipline. Like you set the routine, you set your small targets, like, then you do your job. Like, take it as a job only, okay? The preparation, whole process, take it as a job, and you have to love it. You have to dedicatedly, like, feel like this is your purpose in life for that moment. Like, this is your purpose, and you have to dedicatedly do your job and just go with the flow and not rely on the results. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
what happens is like we are mostly focused on the result, right? Like,
True, true, true.
what if I crack it? What if I don't? And these things like deviates us from our true, like, uh, job, that is to like pursue the study right now, right? Rather, we are
Mm-hmm.
focused on the result. I think we should like live in the moment and focus on our daily tasks. Do our jobs, like, completing, the small goals you have to set up for yourself, and you have to complete it daily, and you have to build a discipline around it,
I
so
get
that,
it.
like, despite negative emotions or emotional breakdowns, you can like bounce back from it and stick to your routine. I
Mm-hmm.
think so discipline is the key.
So just like in the Bhagavad Gita, there is a saying, right? Karam karo, phal ka chinta na karo.
Falkat na karo,
Right?
yes.
Exactly. That karam
Nishkamma karma.
hai niskam kam. So that is, yes, that is a great sentence, as well as you have highlighted such, in a well-defined manner. You have to be disciplined, right? Then, so there are a few questions that that many aspirant, they go through. The second question, which I have asked in the before this, before you answering this, was that have you had any second plan if you would not have cracked APSC? So what were those like, or do we have to keep as an aspirant? Do we have to keep a second plan for what if we don't crack APSC or civil services?
The same question was asked in my interview also, this year's interview panel. And I replied that yes, I have kept a backup plan if if I couldn't crack this exam after a certain age or attempt. I said that I will join business, as my father is a businessman. So I would also pursue business only. And I think uh, aspirants should keep a backup plan because in the long run, wasting years after years for this job and not achieving it would rather make one feel, depressed and make them go low in the point. Reaching that such low point, it ultimately leads them to like undermine their own potential and achieve like big things in life which they could have if they went for other sectors or other fields. There are various examples also that like despite failing UPSC or other civil service exam or other exams, they have achieved great successes.
Moving upon to another question, since we have talked about various things regarding your background, right? So,
Yes,
so did you take coaching during this 3 years of journey?
I took coaching during my second attempt before mains exam. I took a mains crash course from SPN, and it did help me in my whole preparation. But I don't think it's necessary to take coaching. One can clear this exam without coaching also. There are many examples also. So I think one should follow the whole process dedicatedly and tend to work on the weaknesses, find the strengths and weaknesses and work on them. Eventually, they'll somehow succeed. Eventually, they'll somehow um, rectify their mistakes and they'll achieve success, I guess.
That's great. So basically, it's not necessary to have coaching or or this coaching is not the absolute answer to cracking this examination, right? So basically, it's
Yes.
like person to person, aspirant to
It
aspirant.
depends. It
Any,
depends.
yeah. So moving upon next question, that's does the academics matters a lot uh, because so many people, get they get frightened to come for this examination because there are so many people who have come from the top colleges and they think कि हाँ my marks is not good मेरा marks बहुत खराब है और मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा competing and these people there are people from IITs there are people from DU right so what is your take on that I mean how to motivate themselves कि even though you have fallen in those academic period now you can come up like a lion, right? So, can you give like how?
As I mentioned earlier, like I was a messed up, back in my engineering days, but still I bounced back. And take example of me only, like I didn't come from IIT or AEC or like any other reputed engineering college. I just came from a college in Rajasthan that's not very, you know, private, private institute, right? And still, like, I was able to crack this exam just like any other IITians or AECians.
Moving ahead, in during this period of journey, 3 years, more than 3 years, right? It must have been very hard, right? So many up and down, right? But during this journey, what did you have you contacted with your friends or what do you do in your free time? Would you ring up your friends and tell them, "Hey, chalo, let's meet today"? Or also, do you use social? Have you used social media during this period of time?
Frankly speaking, I tend to isolate myself during this whole journey. Okay, I focus on my hobbies like listening to music, uh, working out. I focus on that, and apart from studies, I focus on that
Mm-hmm.
and uh, kept my social life a bit, you know, uh, What's the word?
Isolated. So during your coaching, how did you make your notes?
See, basically, what I did was I made notes, but those notes were from, like you said, multiple sources. Vision ka, then forum ka, physics walas. What I did was I searched in Google the particular topic, and I referred to various sources while making notes. The thing that I kept in mind while making notes was that it has to be understandable. I have to like revise it multiple times, right? So I have to recall those particular keywords. I have emphasized on keywords mostly, so that it becomes concise and easy to revise. And just go for the easiest or the most recollectible notes you can find out there. Don't just follow a particular uh, coaching's notes because it's famous or
Mm-hmm.
others has recommended it. You must choose the one which you are comfortable with and follow that particular.
Yes. Also, I think in this examination, it's very important to collect, like take multiple sources because so many toppers they say that okay, you have to stick to only one sources, right? Well, this is what
Yes, yes,
many of them they say. But what I believe there are also many people who say ki, uh, it's better that we have multiple sources and collect examples from different sources and bring it to
right.
one to your notes, right? I think that
Yes,
would be the most effective way and most holistic way, right, for the preparation of your exam because it won't look monotonous. Anyway, so I think you're in Guwahati, right?
yes.
So during your preparation, from where have you prepared? From home or were you outside? Or have you been to
Uh,
Delhi?
no, my whole preparation started from home only. I had
Mm-hmm.
my parents supported me in this whole journey, so I'm grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, they supported financially, be it financially or mentally. I had their support for this whole journey.
During this process, have you isolated yourself so much, or have you used social media sometime? For example, चलो Instagram खोल के let's scroll something, reels देख लेते हैं, or did you use any kind of social media?
To be honest, I tried myself to refrain from using social media many times, but I'll be honest, I am guilty sometimes, थोड़ा देख लेता हूँ but
Mhm.
I try to uh, refrain
Oh,
myself from using social media most of the
mhm.
time and concentrate on my studies.
Studies. Mhm.
Yes,
Distracting. So, since you have mentioned about concentrating on your studies, how long have you studied? Like in a day, how many hours would you study on an average?
I didn't count the hours. I
Mm-hmm.
made this small goals or plans that I'll
Mm-hmm.
study this topic or this subject in this hour or this week. Within this week, I'll complete this subject or GST. I'll complete GST subjects. I'll complete current affairs, and I made separate timings for answer writing, mocks.
Mm-hmm.
So like that, I made my whole routine. I didn't uh, follow this timely, constraint like I have to study this much hour. Like I didn't follow that routine. I rather focus on small goals and plans.
Mm-hmm. Just like it said, like uh, हर एक बूंद से पूरा सागर एक बनता है, right? So you were doing that. I think this is why it accumulated and oh, come on, ACS finally, right? Anyway, you did your preparation from home, right? So during this preparation, your parents have supported all along the journey, but no doubt there probably there was a time when your parents also told, "Chalo, you can opt for another career, right?" Like, I think I think it has happened with you, right?
Yes, obviously,
Oh,
like they
mm-hmm. How have you dealt with it?
guys to they suggested to give other exams also. Eventually,
Mm-hmm.
I did. I attempted other exams, but unfortunately couldn't crack those exams.
Mm-hmm.
But still, despite those failures and all, they supported me. They
Mm-hmm.
uh, gave me encouragement to continue with my preparation. So that's how like their support and uh,
Mm-hmm. So
blessings
even
have helped me.
so, like we can say, I can say that defeat was bound to bring you to the ACS to serve the people, right?
You can say like that.
So the next round, the final round we are going to have is the rapid fire round, where I am going to ask you 5 questions. Fine, and you have to answer probably in one sentence or one word. So the first question is, who in your life has been your biggest cheerleader?
The parents.
Next question. What non-academic books or movie have you been deeply influenced with?
For the journey.
No, no, any
The
book or movie which has inspired you very much.
okay. The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway.
No, that's great. That's great. It's a book, right?
Yeah, it's a book.
I have to read that one. Then yes. Next, what uh, what is that thing that keeps you pushing even in your if you in your toughest day?
I think it's self belief, you know, self confidence, self belief
Mhm.
that I can make it. You know, I can do it.
Dedication. Yes, that's great.
Yes,
So
dedication.
the fourth question is. What is what have you sacrificed in these 3 years of journey to achieve the goal of APSC and securing ACS rank 35?
Hmm. Probably some of the best years of my life in socializing, and
Hmm.
also I think my hair.
That's a great answer. Probably that's a problem with every voice, right? So
Yeah.
the last and the final question is that give me a very give me a short sentence or any words for the student who are aspiring and watching this video in the future. You have give me anything, your recommendation, anything.
There's this Japanese proverb that says, fall down seven, get back up eight. It's all about perseverance. Life is full of challenges and obstacles. You have to overcome it. There is no other way around. So, no matter what you have faced, you have to find your way out. That's it. Whatever you do, you have to find your way out.
That's great. That's great. That's great. All right then. Thank you so much, Atul Kathar, for
Thank you,
coming to our
Solanki.
podcast. It was a great
I,
session,
yes,
and
definitely it was.
yeah, yeah. And to everyone who are watching this video, I believe and I hope that you have learned a lot from this video and you can text us, you can comment in the comment section, you can subscribe the our channel, and you can reach out to us probably through our through the emails and for any inquiries please you would like to ask regarding APSC. That's it. Thank you guys. Bye bye.